Reid. It doesn't matter if it's 40 degrees or 90 degrees outside. The temperature at TM 6193, that's us folks, is always balmy and wonderful. Which is why Reid is in an extra good mood to evaluate Scott this morning, despite the fact that Scott leaves little room for constructive criticism, Reid's favorite part of the job. I know you're still going to do a fantastic job as evaluator.
I brought extra Kleenex this morning in anticipation of Scott's speech. Because every week when he gets up here, he has a habit of bringing this sense of soft emotion. He disarms us with his wonderful, fluid speech. And he didn't really disappoint me. I still felt a small tear. He had a good opening. He started with his Facebook post, which is something we could all relate to, especially one in which you create a dialogue, a spirited debate perhaps, with your friends on Facebook. So he created a relationship with us we could identify with right away. He then went about surveying the audience, which is something that I like to do as well. It creates involvement, it gets us interested, it keeps our attention on the topic. And he brought in this great statistic, 96% versus 4%. Hell, that's more than the Pareto principle of the 80-20. Now, had I been running the same speech, I probably would have used props for that one. 96%? You could use a beach ball and a marble for 4%. Or in your case, your Sasquatch suit. He brought in Howard Schwartz as a real-life example of what can happen when you don't have the right health insurance. And many of us know someone or have been in a situation where we didn't have, or they didn't have, the adequate health insurance. I myself was in that situation very briefly. Nearly had my leg cut off at the knee. Fortunately, I had just acquired health insurance. So it's something that's near and dear to our heart. And that soft nature of his speech helped, I think, bring us into the concept. He was to inform us with useful information. I think this topic was highly useful. In fact, I've been with Suzanne now for nearly a year, and I sit at the dinner table and think, what the hell am I going to talk about now? Well, now I know! Tonight is covered! Thank you so much, Scott. Did he organize the information? Well, Scott is a man, and simply by his gender, he's very highly organized. So Did he present the information in a way that motivates us to learn? But he didn't use any candies or gifts to hand out as we answered questions, but I think we all apprehended the content. It's hard to find fault with this award-winning speaker. So I say, a job well done, and thank you very much for the education.